Get back into this nonsense. Starting it off. The orphanage? Yeah, it is. I'm leaving the kids again. I don't even know why he has an orphanage. He's always fucking leaving these kids. It's like he was an orphan, so he wants to be a good dad to a bunch of orphans, but all he does is leave them. He's going.
どうして私はおじさんと一緒にいる方を選んだのに。
お前も来年は高校生。次の年には太一や浩二も中学を卒業する。もう大人の世話になる年でもないだろう。
The never at home dad, yeah.
それに
He's not even their
お前
dad.
のために出ていくわけじゃない。俺も
That's like his
ガキの世
adopted
話に飽
daughter.
きていたところなんだ。
嘘。そんなの嘘よ。
嘘じゃない。俺は俺のためにここを出るんだ。お前の芸能界入りは関係ない。
それだけじゃないことは分かってる。いくらおじさんが嘘ついたって分かってるんだから。お金なんでしょ。
Even though she calls him Uncle Cass, he's
アクシャちゃんは
basically his dad.
おじさんがここからいなくなることを条件に援助するって言ってきたんでしょ。ごめん。おじさんが気を使って嘘ついてくれてたのは分かってる。でも私には嘘ついて欲しくなかったから。
I usually treat her like shit in the games too, because it's funny.
太一がな。
Like it was like at the end of like
Kokomi
Kiwami 1 or 2, you're supposed to walk around and at the end of the game and like get ice cream and shit with her. I'm like, nah, we're not doing any of that shit.
最近じゃ四郎までがそんなことを言い出してる。あいつらは自分が犠牲になってでもこの朝
Like in this game, like she grows up to be like a pop
お
idol
前が成功して戻ってくる日を待つと言っている。
or some kind of idol thing.
帰りを。
ああ、お前はあいつらの希望の星なんだ。お前が歌手として成功し、またこの場所に戻ってくることがあいつらの望んでいる幸せだ。
Yeah, I think she like if this was like a if this game came out like a couple years later, she'd be like an
犠牲
e-girl
を払うに
instead
は
of an
幼
idol.
すぎる。金がないという理由だけで自分の可能性を潰すような生き方を選ばせるわけにはいかない。
でも
This
きっ
orphanage
と
never
みんな
has
はそれ
money.
でもおじさんと暮らしたいんだよ。私もそうだから。
ありがとうな。でもここが潮時だ。俺らにだっていつの日か離れ離れになる日が来るんだからな。だから俺はここを去る。お前や朝顔のみんなのことを愛しているから。
おじ
It's,
さん。
of course, her fucking life choices make no sense. She's a woman. She ain't gonna make no damn sense. Pretty girls make the least amount of sense you will ever see in your life. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry to all pretty girls, but you know what I'm talking about. They know. There you go. She may have been watching the stream, I don't know. I'm not trying to be put in the doghouse. She could be just like right there. She probably heard me. I'm gonna get shit for it later. I'll just tell her it was Twitch acting. I gotta put on a good show for the people on Twitch. Suck a dick. That down. Yeah, how many homies you got coming fucking... They're like getting reinforcements and shit. What the hell? Why are there so many of them? Yeah, he's gonna be right back. Don't worry about that. You talk? Why is this guy talking shit? Well, I'm gonna fuck him up. I think that the knee combo was the one that was like the best one. The Victory Road tournament? Ultimate Street Fighter Japan. No, I don't meditate. That ain't me. I ain't got enough. There ain't enough hours in the day to fucking meditate. Depends on who you are, but I think meditation is just something that's sold to people as like a problem fixer or like a mental health or a mental well-being thing that doesn't actually do anything. I think it's just an easy buzzword to throw into, you know, the productive alpha male lifestyle that nobody fucking does.
Hmm?
I'm saying that because that's how I think that it's being sold to everybody. They're like, oh, you got to meditate for 4 hours a day. You got to wake up and take a cold shower at 2 a.m., work out at 3, eat 5 banana peels, meditate for 7 hours, drive a fucking sports car. Then you go get the real work done.
Ooh.
That's like that's the way I always feel like it's being sold to people. So I guess it also, I think, depends on what you consider to be meditation. And the way that the way that I understand meditation is that, you know, you really can't walk. There's some people would say like, oh, you know, taking a walk is meditation. That's not really my understanding of meditation. My understanding of meditation is really just trying to be in a room, essentially trying to like have no thought, just basically using meditation as a way to empty your head. Not necessarily to say like no thought necessarily, but to like, oh, I have a bunch of shit going on in my head. I'm just going to sit here and work it out in my head so that way I no longer have these random thoughts going around in my head. I have now focused the beam to some important thing, or I have taken care of all of these thought processes, that kind of thing. Like you're clearing your mind of thoughts more so than, you know, I guess thinking of things or doing something like that. That's the way I've always viewed what meditation was, because you're supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to just kind of, I guess, you know, whatever that gets, what's the goal, like, I guess not to empty your mind of whatever and be in the moment, the put you in the moment, into the now, into the existing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm articulating my thoughts on it very well, but I think I'm like halfway there. But you get what I'm saying. I think a lot of people confuse meditation with, you know, just some quiet time. You know, like quiet time, just going for a walk, or, you know, something like that. I think that's what people confuse meditation for. I don't really think that that's meditation. You know, because, like, it could just be something as simple as, like, driving somewhere, but you have the radio off. Just some quiet time. I do that every once in a while. I like some quiet time. That's like why when I work out, like I'm doing like weightlifting and some shit like that, I don't have any. Sometimes like I listen to music when I work out, but I don't like having headphones in. I basically never listen to music with like ear pods or headphones on. The only time I like listen to music is if I'm like working on something at work or something, like maybe like doing like boring imports or shit like that. But when I'm working out, I don't usually like to listen to music when I'm working out unless it's on the radio at the gym or something. I usually like no music during my workout. Yeah, I like to be able to focus on the workout itself. I find it really annoying when I see people who I don't know. It's a pet peeve of mine to see people with like fucking with music or fucking with their phone or having fucking Dr. Dre fucking Beats headphones like this size on their head when they're at their gym. It's like, why are you wearing that shit? You're supposed to be fucking working out. I don't know. That's me. That they can do whatever the fuck they want. It's just a pet peeve of mine. That's all I'm saying. But like when it comes to like some quiet time, you know, that's why I like to go. That's why I like to go hunting, and I like to go fishing, because I like being out in nature. You know, like the one thing I did like for my last for like my first fight and my last fights and thing I like to do for which is good exercise, but it's also some nice quiet time, is that I like to go like rucking, which is just like basically hiking but with a heavy ass backpack on. So, you know, you're basically just out in nature, so it's always fun to go take a nice hike. And then you can kind of work out your thoughts or whatever. Quiet time is where it's at. You gotta have, I think every day you gotta have a little bit of quiet time at least to get some thoughts out of your head.
お待ちしておりました。流すタクシーです。
そんなんはええから早乗せんかい。
すいません。どうぞ。
It's just good to, it's also good
了解しました。
to have like I think to like when you're working out to like not have music or anything going on. I think it's just like I like working out because, you know, that's like a time to just focus on nothing but like but the task at hand kind of thing, which I think is important too. And the task at hand is me, you know, like a self-improvement thing. Because when I go to the gym with would they ask me? I'll agree to go faster. Like when I go to the gym with the boys doing MMA thing, it's a little bit different. That's like my socialization time. That's like my for fun and socialization thing of the day, more so than being at the office or working.
それでツヤのために大阪戻るんや。
ひょっとして新聞に載ってた名古屋の件ですか？
せや。
Well, I don't think the music is. I don't think that the music is unnecessary, because if you have like a really good song, you can work out a lot harder to a good song.
どういうことですか?
Like, you know, when I'm doing MMA at the gym and they're playing like fucking, you know, Motley Crue's Kickstarts My Heart fucking comes on over that radio or some shit like that, I'll fight harder. because that's just shit'll get you pumped. The right song will get you fucking pumped to get in a good ass workout. I don't think that's not. I don't think it's a dopamine overload. I think it depends on what you're doing. It just what pisses me off about people who wear like earbuds and headphones and shit at the gym is that, like, to me, I see that and I see somebody who cannot live more than 3 seconds without being stimulated by something. That's my biggest beef with headphones and earpods and stuff at the gym. It's like can you, like, you tell me you can't live for an hour without something in your ear, without some noise going on in your head to just focus on a workout, or like a run or some shit. I don't know, that's just me. That's probably not the case. Like I said, that's the pet peeve, and that's just my understanding. Because I even get pissed off when I see people wearing earbuds and shit out in public. Like, if you're, like, in the grocery store and shit, and you're wearing earpods and shit, I'm like, get that shit out. Just like when I'm out in public and shit, if I gotta go do something, I don't want fucking headphones on or earbuds listening to music. I don't even like music that much. So I want to be able to, I want to be able to fucking pay attention. And it's annoying as shit that, like, if somebody has earbuds in and they're just like being a brooding, annoying asshole at the gym, and you're like, and you want to like get past them, or you want to like say, hey, my man, you using that, or can I get at that? Can I get past you? And they got the fucking earbuds in, and like it's like, fuck off, dude. It's annoying. I think it does affect your attention span. Like I said, they could do whatever the fuck you want to do, but I think that maybe people should not. I feel like if you're the kind of person that has to listen to music 24/7 everywhere that you're going, that you're letting everybody else's thoughts into your head, and you're not focusing enough on what's going on in your own head, or maybe you have nothing going on in your head. Because you're dumb. Probably not the case. Maybe they're just putting in headphones to make it so people don't talk to them or something. I don't know. Either way, I just think it's fucking dumb. I can't imagine wanting to be stimulated, you know, fucking 24/7, and everywhere I fucking go that I have to fucking wear fucking earbuds. Just go to the gym, get your workout. They say quiet time is important.
それって6代目の堂島とか大幹部の真島の首っちゅうことですか。確かにそないなことできたら近江の力は決定的なもんになる。
It's a good idea to reduce overall stimulation. Like, I don't play video games. The only times I play video games now is if I stream. And basically, since I'm not gonna risk it. Just don't risk it. Like, pretty much since I started streaming, like over a year or so ago, the only time I ever play a video game is if I'm streaming. So then the rest of the week I can devote to, like, you know, maybe edit a video or do something more productive with my time than play video games. Because now this makes video games more of a productive thing, because now I can come on, like, I can record stuff, and I have like stuff to kind of put out content wise, so now I guess it makes it more of a better way to use my time. That's what I think. I feel like a big Dorcas though. I feel like a big Dorcas playing a video game by myself, just like, you know, like a blob of a person sitting here making no noise, just staring at the screen. At least now I can like ramble and talk about pet peeves, like get your fucking earbuds out your head. Yeah, that's what's cool about having like chat, like an active chat. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here like not talking to nobody. At least now, like, I'm saying things into the, not so much into the nothing. Now it's like I have the potential to be ranting about something and someone might hear it. I don't need nobody guiding me because I'm damn good at video games. Because multiplayer games kind of suck now. I think that's why I kind of like have kind of gone back to the single player experience. I think more so because it just seems like Call of Duty seems kind of scuffed now because there's all this because I was watching like Dr. Disrespect play a lot of like Warzone, and I was like, I think I might check out Warzone. But it's like, I don't want to, like, even though Warzone is free, like, I don't want to do a Call of Duty thing because just the yearly release schedule of fucking Call of Duties and shit, and it's not, I don't particularly think there's anything wrong with being sweaty in games, but it's like, I was looking up like all this shit about like people are uncovering all of the like shady practices of like, you know, Call of Duty franchises with their matchmaking and all this other shit, and you know, fucking League of Legends is a piece of shit. I don't want to play team games with fucking randoms because people are fucking assholes, and like fighting games I think are still pretty much okay for the most part. Like I'll probably go back to playing like when Tekken comes out. I'll probably play some Tekken, and I'll probably come back to playing Street Fighter 6 eventually when more characters release that I want to play. But it's just like it just seems like the multiplayer scene is just not as enjoyable as it used to be back in the day when it seemed like newer. It was like, oh shit, I could play games with homies online and shit. I don't know what kind of died from it, but it just doesn't seem to have the same level of enjoyment anymore. Because it's kind of like weird, like it seems like it's like back in the day, it's like you could play like any video game, even if it was like the first Modern Warfare that came out or something, or like, you know, you were playing like people were like everybody's got like fond memories of playing like Halo or SOCOM back in the day. Because I think people were like much more, they were a lot more, like, they weren't as socially inept back then. So you could like make friends on video games and shit. I don't think maybe that's not completely dead, but I think that like a lot of the times now it went from like everybody was on microphone on multiplayer games. Everybody was talking shit. Everybody was having a good time. Everybody was talking. To now, you're lucky if somebody on any video game is going to use the mic or the chat feature. But maybe that's just my opinion because I'm old. And I remember in the good old days when like it was like, oh shit, I'm playing with real people on the internet. And now I think people have become so disenchanted with the internet. Maybe disenchanted, not really the word, I don't think. Whatever the thing is I'm trying to say, people now just kind of like take for granted that the multiplayer has always been a thing. It's not new or exciting that you're playing with other people, because now I think that we don't really consider people on the internet being actual people or some shit. I don't know. I don't know. There's something there. There's a nugget of something in there. Figure it out. Just I'm looking about cyber terrorism. Oh, someone's hacking our computers at work. That sucks. Kiryu's not good with computers. I'll tell you what was still fun though is playing like Monster Hunter with a group of people is still fun. Whack the box. Yeah, whack the box. Right, hitting the box. Hell yeah. Back in the day, hitting electronics actually would make them work. I don't know what changed. Because I had a TV growing up as a kid. It would go all fuzzy, and when you smacked it, it would stop being fuzzy. Pull the cord out of the back. Yeah, pull out the LAN cable, even though you're not really connected to a land area network. Well, I guess technically you would be on a land area network. But if you're on the internet, whatever, yeah, pull it. Oh, Asmongold, that guy's... I've seen way too much shit about that guy recently. It's fucking driving me insane. Some of the guys in the Discord that I'm in with, like, Joe XOF and a couple of those homies, they keep sharing a bunch of Asmongold shit, and I saw that he's like a fucking... Asmongold's like a fucking, like, hoarder, and lives in, like, deplorable, disgusting conditions and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense for a World of Warcraft guy. But now I feel like he's being, like... Now I feel like his mental illness of hoarding and shit is being put on display. So I'm kind of sick of seeing Asmongold. I'm not saying anything's wrong with him, other than the fact that he's got like a bit of a hoarder situation going on. I have a problem with the way that everybody is kind of... Why is this guy looking at porn at work? Why is this guy looking at porn at work? Either way, like I was saying, like I feel like a lot of people are exploiting the whole mental illness of hoarding for Asmongold for views and shit, and that's really fucked up to me. Granted, he is a famous streamer, so he kind of invites this kind of content kind of shit into it, but like it's really fucked up with those people like going to his house and they're like, oh, you got mold on the walls, you got this, you got that, and they're kind of like making a spectacle of it. It's like, would you guys stop making fun of this guy? Like, this guy's life is not something to put on display like that. Like I said, granted, he's a streamer. There's a certain level of, like, you know, face-to-face kind of, like, you're supposed to get, like, you know, a tiny bit of somebody's life when they're a streamer or famous to any extent, but, like, going through somebody's house and showing off the world, like, their living conditions and shit, when it's like that, it's fucked. I can't get behind that. Restart the computer. This guy's looking at porn at work and he's pretending like he got hacked. Huh. Pull the plug. Good, stop moaning. But like, I don't know. Oh god, it's doing it again. Well, this guy shouldn't have been looking at porn at work. But no, Monster Hunter's cool. It's fun with homies. Who cares about putting strain on the hard disks, you nerd? You shouldn't have been looking at porn at work. It's not just a moaning voice, he's looking at porn. Nah, I'm gonna leave him be. He's the boss. I'm not the boss to be once. Cool. I'm an IT guy. Yeah, the cyber terrorists were attacking our taxi company, but we got them. had to pull the cord. It was making raunchy sounds. Yeah, he's savvy at technology, let me tell you. Yeah, let's get some of this antivirus technology. Put it on my computer, please, old lady. This is not my fault, by the way. She could have fixed it in a flash, but she's not even here. You know, really cutting the power like that is not really going to damage the hard drives. It's usually an excess of power, which is going to damage a hard drive. Suzuki-san didn't do nothing wrong. I'm Suzuki-san, that's right. The modern age just sucks. I like the good old days. Technology's nifty. The internet died in the 90s, though. That's for damn sure. The internet used to be a lot cooler back in the day. I think we've already lost net neutrality and everything. It's just all dead. Oh, I got a lot of level ups. Look at my level ups. Level up everything one by one. God, I didn't want regard. So guard break. Quick stand. Increase health gauge. Essence of hurling. Take it. Take War God's blessing. Can I get everything to level 3? I probably don't have enough orbs. Or is it like 1 orb per? Oh, this one costs 2 orbs. Whatever. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5s all around. Where'd I get that bronze plate? Why does that bitch have my name above her head? Bar riding. Yo, what kind of sick customizations can I get on this thing? Standard Type A wheels. I can't do anything to this thing now. Taxi missions. Free missions? Yeah, you be right back. Didn't I already do this one? A lonesome soul. To Hawaii. He's just trying to get a rise out of people. This is annoying. I would hate being a taxi driver. Oh god. People who think that they're zany and fucking random raw XD. Guess it's B. Alien blood? Shut up, dude. Yeah, no, that is a derpy face. I didn't put a turn signal on. I got it though. Oh! Fuck off! This is for real. I can't be hitting people. Bitch, get out of the road! Oh my god, this guy's being annoying in the back there. I'm on the wrong side of the road, aren't I? Oh, I'm driving the wrong way. Fuck, I failed. I'm gonna retry. That's the thing about Japan is there's not a lot of vehicle traffic, and a lot of side streets like that always have people walking on the road. You would be like, oh, this is clearly a sidewalking or a walking area only, but no, someone will start driving a truck down it. I just told that guy to give it a rest. Oh my god, quit crossing in front of me. Oh my god. I want to fucking drive. There we go. Now I'm on the right side of the road. You gotta remember, these people driving the wrong side of the road. God damn, I almost fucking annihilated that guy. Oh, we're on the wrong side of the road. Fuck. Why can't everybody drive on the right side of the fucking road, dude? We invented cars. Why do they gotta be fucking different? Drive, you piece of shit. That's a good... I'd be a fucking kick-ass taxi driver. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's probably about as close to perfect as you can get. I'm gonna tell you what, it's pretty damn good. If you want to be a real nitpicky asshole, you could really dig into, Japan, their public transportation is really not that good. Yeah, shut up. Because compared to Americans' public transportation, it's like a fucking utopia over there. Because, America doesn't have any fucking public transportation you want to take. You might get robbed or have to sit in homeless man piss. Or like wind up being on a fucking World Star TikTok with people bum fighting. Am I supposed to be in here? No, I'm leaving. I did my one taxi job for today. I think that's how I get money. Oh, some shady shit going down. Well, the chairman's missing. I guess I missed all that. No, it's true though, cause I get what you're saying, but like Japan, is their public transportation fucking sick, cause that subway system is nice. I don't give a shit. Some people will be like, oh, you know, it's really not that good because it should go this way instead of here. It's like, no, they fucking, it's sick. It's for the most part always on time. It's on time like 90% of the time. And, you know, it's easy to find a taxi. It's easy to get on and off the subway to go where you're trying to go to. It's easy enough to follow directions. You can just Google map and it tells you exactly which fucking trains and shit to get on. It's nice. If you're in Tokyo, all you gotta do is you just buy your ticket, you're good to go. It's great. Not even like buying a ticket, like, cause you could just buy like a, they have like a, I have a train card, that I use when I go to Japan, and I just put like 20 bucks or 20, 30 bucks on there, and I use that train card, and all you do is you scan it on the thing, and it'll let you in and out. It's the best way to fucking, deal with the whole train system there. I'll tell you, it's fucking on point. I think anybody who says that it's not good is an idiot. This shit just works. I think the only argument people would ever make is like, oh, well, it doesn't go to the one place I wanted to go to. Like, oh, alright, whatever, fat ass. Just do some walking. You'll be alright.
Yeah.
Because I rode the bullet train a couple. The bullet trains are really cool, too. I think the bullet trains are really nice. And they let you eat food on the bullet trains, too. So you can get, like, a lunchbox before you go on the bullet trains. The plane ride is awful. I cannot begin to tell you how much I fucking hate that plane ride to Japan. That thing is so fucking awful. It's so bad. It's the worst thing ever. Because it's like 14 hours stuck in a fucking tube with a bunch of strangers' farts. And if you're like me, like I'm like a little over 6 foot, there's no getting comfortable in those fucking chairs. I can't sleep. I'll be up for like 20 fucking plus hours on fucking flights to get to Japan. And then I'm ready to fucking die when I get there. But I will tell you that the one year I went, I took a Japanese airliner. I think we did, what was it? ANA is the flight we took. And they're way better than any other fucking airplane company. Those hostesses are so nice and shit. Or whatever they call them, flight attendants. Super nice. And really cute too. And they give you ice cream. Any other airline, it feels like you're being held hostage for, you know, however long your flight is. But I remember the one year we went to Japan, the flight there was like empty. And we were allowed, they let us like sleep in like the full rows and shit. It was so nice. They're like, oh yeah, put the fucking things up and there's an open row there. Go ahead and sleep in it. And I'm like, fucking right, dude. And the other fucking airliner would be like, no, you can't use that. I swear they would tell you can't use that shit. Like, are you talking like just flight time, or are you talking about like layover times and all that? Because it varies with every trip. Because some flights, you know, we have maybe more of a layover than other ones. Watch that horn, buddy. Where's the pawn shop? I got some stuff to sell. Ready to enjoy Japan? Fucking love Japan. Which one's to use the pawn shop? It's all the way down here. Do I gotta go like all the way fucking down? So like a taxi. What's this guy pissed? Yeah, whooped again. But you could do like a whole day of traveling, quite honestly. Depends on like how long your layover is. I just happen to live in an area where I can't ever get a direct flight to Japan. If I could get a direct flight to Japan, I mean, you'd be looking at like maybe like 12 to 14 hours of flight. But like, since I live somewhere I have to get a connecting flight, you know, I have to add a couple of hours of time to a fly time to everything. Because I got to go like at least an hour or so, maybe, from my airport to an airport that's you know, goes to like an international airport, or one that like has the capacity for like, you know, overseas transport type shit. A layover can be a couple of hours too. No, I don't think it'd depress the shit out of you, because the way that I feel about Japan, like when I'm in Japan, it's a whole vibe. But like, you get to the point where like when you're in Japan that you're kind of like, man, I would kind of like to be back home where I can understand what the fuck everybody's saying, and where, you know, I understand the laws and the rules and I fit in kind of thing. Because you will have like a bit of like when you're in a country that nobody speaks your fucking language, nobody fucking understands you, you realize it's fucking hard to order something at McDonald's kind of thing, that you're like, man, I kind of wish that like I could just be back home. And you'll have a bit of that, but you'll have, I'm saying like that comes in like maybe like after like a week of like the culture shock. The culture shock thing is a big deal. It's a big thing when you're in a country like that. If you've never been to a country that's different than America, like if you've been to like Canada, it's not that big of a deal. But like if you've been to like, I don't know, anywhere where nobody speaks the same language as you, it's I think the culture shock is a bigger, maybe like a bigger factor. Oh my god. As much as I love being in Japan, I would much rather, I would not want to live in Japan. It's a place I want to go visit for an extended period of time, but I always want to come back to America. That's just the way I just feel. I always want to be back in America. Then again, I think that I don't have like a since I've been to Japan so many times, I guess like the oh, soy face thing in Japan aspect of it has kind of gone away, because I've gone there so many times. You know what I'm saying? It's more of like that's just a cool thing I go do every year. I don't look at Japan like a final destination, like, oh my god, if I could just ever go there. Like a, you know, like a nerd, like an anime nerd that thinks they're gonna go there and everywhere they go is gonna have subtitles or some shit. I think a lot of anime fans have a bad time in Japan, to be honest. Really just can't beat being at home. The best is like, so like, I'll tell you what, the perspective I have now of going to Japan and being a foreigner in somewhere where I barely speak the language, I now have yeah, technically here's the thing, it does not work well. The first couple of times I went to Japan, I attempted to use like translation devices and stuff, but the translation from Japanese to English is not very one-to-one. It's not like it's not like, say, translating something like maybe like, you know, Spanish to English, or maybe even like maybe like German or something else into English. Something that has like a lot more one-to-one with the language, where Japanese is like, you know, the sentence structure is different, and some words that they use don't necessarily have a direct English translation. Where, like, you know, if someone's like saying, "Hey, how are you?" and they'll say like Genki, where Genki just asking if you're full of energy or not. You know, shit like that, where like it doesn't translate directly, and that's why, like, if you're reading subtitles from anime, the characters will say something in Japanese that doesn't directly translate to whatever is actually in the subtitles. So it's not really a good way to learn the language. The language is much more difficult than like just what the subtitles say versus what the character actually said. It's pretty. I think it's pretty difficult. That's just me. Yeah, I mean, like, the one thing is like nice though. Like, you can, if you translate, like, you could put on your phone, like in Google Translate, like maybe like a simple phrase, and you could use that to translate to somebody. Or sometimes if you're lucky, like if you go to like a restaurant, they don't have an English menu, you can sometimes make out what the items are in the menu by using that Google Translate thing that will, you know, look at the words and translate it in real time. That will sometimes work decently well. I think it's gotten better, like a lot better than it used to be. Because the first couple of years I went, that shit did not work at all. Because I think that the font faces and stuff that they use does not translate well with that Google Translator. Yeah. They like the old fan anime translations where they'll have like the editor's notes. And they'll have like somebody will say like, okay, yeah, I got it, and then like they'll have like a section up at the top where it's like hash, you know, fucking asterisk, editor's note, fucking 500-word essay in the top of the anime that flashes up for 5 seconds. Like you can fucking read, like you got enough time to read that shit, and then it's all, you know, then the conversation continues on. The good old days of watching anime. Dog. Is there a dog in the bathroom? Out of the way, bitches. There's always some kind of cycle of people bullying a dog. Oh. What was I saying? So it's like... Shit translations. What I was saying was, oh, what I was saying was, my perspective now of going to a country where I don't speak the language very good, or like at all, maybe I could like say like, you know, can I get some water? Is about the only thing I could fucking say. I now have a much better frame of reference that if I run into somebody in America and they speak English poorly, I have a better I have more empathy towards someone who doesn't speak the language. You know what I mean? Like before, I'd be like, "Oh, this stupid foreigner can't even speak English." But now it's like, now that I've been the stupid foreigner in another country who can't speak the language, now I kind of understand it more. But I still think, "Fuck you, learn English, bitch." That should be a rule everywhere. I'm just a little bit more empathetic to it. That's all I'm saying. Because now I get it. At least when you go to Tokyo or a major city in Japan, you can survive with just English, and you don't need to know Japanese. But you should try to learn some Japanese, even though it's hard. I think I caught the rock.
なんてや
Whoop some ass here. I used to like anime a lot more back in the day, but I don't care. I think nowadays anime, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Give me my One Piece. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Especially since English is such a hard language. Oops, I fucked it up again. I think a lot of people know when they come into America, if it depends on who the person is, but I think most people, they have a mindset of trying to come to America to better assimilate with America, so they put in a good bit of effort to learn English. And I think it really helps that the vast majority of all media that everybody listens to or watches or anything throughout the whole world, like everybody watches our movies, everybody, you know, listens to our music, that I think that they all have a lot of better tools for learning how to speak the language. Because yeah, you always hear stories about people that are like, "Oh, I learned how to speak English by watching TV." I don't think you could really easily learn Japanese by you know, watching television, because the way that characters speak in media and stuff in Japanese is not the way that the average person speaks, which is why I've seen like a bunch of stuff that are like, oh, you're going to sound like an anime character if you actually learned how to speak English, or if you actually learn how to speak Japanese from an anime, you would sound like an idiot Japanese anime character than a fucking real person. So they have like different ways of speaking. Yeah, English is the best language. Everyone should learn English. It's a rule. It's a rule now. Everyone learn English now. That should just be a thing. Everyone should speak one language, and that language should be English, so I don't have to learn anything new. I found a replacement daughter with the same name as my old daughter. That's pretty tight. I'll trade up. This is a better daughter than my old daughter. My old daughter's like doing like, she's an e-girl now, so this one seems better. She's like protecting dogs and shit. Maybe I can, like, you know, stop this one from growing up to be an e-girl. Is this the same girl? Do I not recognize my own daughter? I guess that's true. English is the bridge language. Japanese is fucking hard though. I know ain't no one can speak Japanese to each other. I can't imagine how hard it'd be to learn English with all of our slang either. I think it's cool that like Japanese is such a wild ass fucking language that they had to make a whole phonetic alphabet to incorporate all words that aren't even Japanese on top of their already fucking insane like 2,000 character fucking alphabet. that they use to spell shit. Something like you have to learn like, well, you have to learn like a technically like with like 120 some characters to be considered fluent in Japanese or some shit. And that's not even all of them. I gotta go find this bitch's dad. I know, right? And all he does is fucking leave them behind. He's like, he acts like he cares so much about orphans. And then he's like, hey, by the way, I gotta go do Yakuza shit. I'm leaving the orphanage. Have fun by yourself, kids. He always gets up to the point where he's gonna be a really good dad and just doesn't do it. That's all you gotta do. Go to Japan and scream single words. People will love it. Yeah, he is, but he wants to. Who wants to fight? No, full sentences are for bitches. I always end the sentence in a preposition as well. That's the best way to do it. What the hell's this guy spinning around for? Oh, he's not even the guy I'm fighting. He's just... What the fuck is he doing? Sit his ass down. Arigato. Yeah, the people are pretty cool in this game. They'll like hang out and watch the fight. It just sucks that in Japan there aren't actually fist fights like this all the time. And it's actually super mega illegal to fight in Japan. If you didn't know that. You will go to jail. They got like this thing in Japan that like if you like get attacked, you're not even allowed to defend yourself. You'll go to jail for defending yourself in a fight. So this game gives you the wrong idea about life in Japan. Yeah, it's kind of like elementary school. Basically, Japan is elementary school. Yeah, sorry to break it to you. But that's just the way Japan don't work that way. It's not like my state that I live in where I have castle doctrine and a bunch of cool shit that says that I am under no obligation to retreat first when there's a threat to my life and I can actually use up to deadly force if I want to. That to me is cool as shit. You wanna kill me? You wanna kill me, motherfucker? You wanna rob me? I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to handle this business without getting the cops involved. But then the cops are gonna come in, and then there's a whole legal thing, and then they have to take me to court, and then they're gonna have to see whether or not I was justified, and I probably wasn't justified in putting, 7 shots into you, and then I'm gonna go to jail. America. I won't go to jail unless someone starts shit and I end them in a way that's not justifiable. I use my martial arts skills and I will de-escalate the situation by staring the guy down and essentially using the one-piece hockey technique in making them faint because my power level is that much higher than theirs. This is that girl's dad. I guess I accidentally found the dad. And I didn't even mean to do this. I thought I was doing something else, but I actually found her dad. I accidentally continued this fucking story. Yeah, all had me talking about murdering people legally. Because they threatened my life and well-being. You can't do that in Japan, by the way. You're not even allowed to have pocket knives in Japan. Can you believe it? One guy gets stabbed with a sword, now you can't have a fucking pocket knife in Japan. What's up with that? I don't think I would ever actually, it would have to be an extremely serious situation, I think, for me to actually go to lethal force on somebody. It would have to be like an actual, I think, active shooter type situation for me to actually shoot somebody in real life. But that's kind of the risk in America, I think. That seems to be a much more likely scenario nowadays. But probably not. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Into the water. The average person, I could probably whoop the average person's ass, though. I should be able to. You would think. But I gotta carry that thing on me as the last line of defense. You never know. I would much rather always be able to carry a gun than not have the option to carry one. That's just me, though. Actually, at this point in my life, because I've been like a concealed carry person for so long, that like anywhere I go that I'm not allowed to like carry my gun or have a pocket knife on me pisses me off. I just hate the fact that like you're gonna disarm me going into this crowded area. Fuck you. Because those are the exact locations where shit happens, and people try to disarm you. Eat a dick. This is America. Stupid metal detectors and shit. I didn't stop being a free American because I went to an event. That's just me bitching, though. That's my opinion. But other people aren't like me that have, like, fighting experience. Even though it's sport fighting, it's not actual fighting. But still. That's the biggest argument. That's like the biggest argument that nobody seems to ever understand. It's like, yeah, when you disarm people, only the people who don't follow laws are gonna have access to shit. That's always been the case. And it's bullshit. Exactly. You kill people with guns. Guns don't do the killing. I got some anal beads of good fortune. But I want confrontations around town, so I'm not going to wear those. I don't know why the fuck I would want less confrontation. Mr. Prince is a Canadian. He doesn't understand. It's water textures from fucking like 15 years ago. That's why. It's oil. It's not water. Okay? This is where crude oil comes from. They pump it out of the river, out of the ground. They make a giant river of it that flows through town, and then they use it to make clean burning gasoline. I don't know. I think that the everybody with a gun situation. I don't know. I think that goes one of two ways. I think, yeah, people would be less likely to start some shit had the great equalizer of everybody having a gun be present. But I also don't like the idea of every fucking random jackass who has no training or any ability to fucking hit a target correctly being someone who walks around with the fucking, with the fucking ability to erase somebody with just a trigger pull. That one bounces back, back and forth in my head. The whole thought process of that. I haven't completely worked that out in my head yet. I want the Wild West back too. We have like those fucking things where like somebody starts shooting. Next thing you know, the granny on the front porch is fucking shooting. Somebody pops out of a barrel, starts shooting. Two guys are on the roof, they're shooting. Little baby's in a fucking stroller. He fucking pulls out a gun and starts shooting. That's the fucking America we should live in. There are states in America that allow mutual combat. Who the fuck's honking? I will fucking whoop your ass. I will pull you out of that car and fucking destroy you in front of that little schoolgirl over there. You better fucking don't you honk that, you piece of shit, honking that horn, you fucking bastard. Yeah, France I think is pretty cool at fighting for the most part. But I forget what states in America still have mutual combat laws that you could like have a cop show up and legally he can like referee a fight between two people who agree to fight. Yeah, Washington I think was one of them. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Which is like, yeah, I think that's the way it should be. If two people want to fucking throw hands as grown-ass adults and they both agree to throw hands, let them fucking throw hands. What the hell's this guy's problem? Every place should have the right for you to fucking just throw down. I mean, you can move to that state. There's nothing stopping you from moving to that state. It's a real thing. It's 100% a real thing. No, they're not going to allow you to fucking kill somebody. How about I take your order? Ooh, yo, let me get some. I want some tuna. Imagine going into a sushi place asking for one little piece of sushi and then leaving. I had some pretty good sushi in Japan, but like the thing is about like people are like, oh, you go to Japan, you must eat a lot of sushi. I don't eat that much sushi when I'm in Japan because Japan has so much other cuisine and delicious food that's not sushi. I've eaten maybe sushi twice when I was in Japan because I'm too busy eating other good shit. Yeah, there's assault. You don't want assault, but like mutual combat's a whole thing. My state doesn't have it, but I also have like stand your ground laws and stuff in my state. So, like I said, in my house, what is it? It's in your car, in your house, in your workplace, technically, or anywhere you're legally allowed to be. You have no legal duty to retreat before you can handle what you deem a threat to your life in a lethal response. But the thing is, you're probably going to get dragged in court if you do a lethal response that's anywhere other than your house. That's what cops have told me, so I wouldn't do it. I'm honestly cool with people just sword fighting in public. I think that should be allowed. I think duels should 100% be allowed. Why not? I think people would be less likely to be shit talkers if there was the real threat of being challenged to a duel. Yeah, I mean, if it's a home break-in, get fucked. You shouldn't have been doing a home break-in. Yeah, that's pretty much the only time I could ever justify it is like a home break-in situation. But like, I can't imagine any other situation where I would deem it the best course of action to take somebody's life unless they were breaking into my house. But like, that is such a wild event that would probably never happen ever, because I don't think home break-ins are that common. That's always like, I think that's always the fucking like dimwit fucking, you know, 70 IQ fucking idiot gun guy, like the gun guy fucking argument is that, well, if somebody comes into my house, I'm gonna kill them. It's like, dude, you live in a fucking nice ass area in the suburbs. Nobody's ever breaking into your house. Like, that's never gonna be a problem for you. Damn. Well, I mean, maybe for you that's a problem, but for the majority of people that don't have that problem, I guess, I don't know. Well, you know what? You know, my whole argument against it has now just been ruined because you said one thing, so I guess I'm fucking wrong. You're right. Home break-ins occur more often than I think they do, and I need to shut the fuck up and have a gun. The anecdotal evidence is too strong for me to fucking have a gun in case of a home break-in now. Kick that guy in the nuts really hard. No, yakitori places are really great. I fucking love yakitori joints. I like the, cause there's like yakitori joints I like to go to in Japan because they're very small, but they got that grill there, and they got little people that like spinning the chicken and shit on the grill. So good. I can't get enough of that. There's so much good shit to eat. So much good shit. What was I talking about before? Sushi? Because there's so much good shit to eat in Japan that's not sushi. You guys got me talking about... you guys got me going off on a tangent of fucking eating sushi and other food in Japan and whether or not it's justifiable to kill somebody with a gun that came into your house. So this is fun. This is a good conversation. And I'm having both of those conversations at the same time. Because America's a fucking great place to live, and I am very thankful for you guys to come in here and have these conversations with me. Thank you. This has really been making my day. I enjoy the time we're spending together. I'm a lucky gal. Cowboy sushi. Fuck that guy in particular. Oh, god damn! Maybe fuck that guy more because he got nut stomped. Bro, a fucking 0.1 to 0.7% chance is still a pretty large number if you're talking about... Well, how do they say that? How do they justify that chance? Is that saying that 0.1 to 0.7% of the population might rob you? Because that seems like a pretty large chunk of the population if you're thinking about it numbers wise. What is that? 0.1 to 0.7% of what? Several million people? That's like what? A couple thousand people that are still going to have the chance to rob you? That's a good reason to have a gun. Go help with homework. Go do some homework help. I like good this is good conversation. This is good content right here. This is what you come here for. You come here for good content and Yakuza streams. Stop honking that horn. Fucking out of my way. What's this? I can't go in there. Is there a side hoe over here? That's a somber realist right here. More than COVID. Home invasions happen more than COVID? Or are you saying more than COVID deaths? Bro. You keep putting these stats out that is only further justifying my position of owning guns in my house. I require the use of lethal force. That's a very high percentage. The fact that there's even one number in that percentage means I should own a gun. I don't know what that percentage is for. I'm assuming that is a percentage of COVID. If COVID has the ability to kill me, I want a gun to shoot the COVID. I think that number for Ohio is a lot more skewed because Ohio is a fucking survival experience. I'm saying that as someone who grew up in Ohio. You are not safe in Ohio. You need to move tactically when you're in that state. If it's not a crackhead, it might be some kind of cryptid coming at you. Or some kind of demon that fucking came out of hell. New Mexico would have the highest because they're just Mexico but new. That makes sense to me. Well, a gun could kill COVID. Because a gun could definitely kill somebody with COVID. So if you started shooting people who have COVID, it would prevent the spread of COVID. So, in a sense, guns are the cure for COVID. Oklahoma has a high crime? I guess that makes sense. There's probably not a whole lot going on in Oklahoma. What's this music? Oklahoma's a shithole. Hey, anybody from Oklahoma can fucking confirm that because I believe him. I have no doubt that Oklahoma is a shithole though. That's all I'm saying. I believe it. I thought this music playing was a fucking ringtone, but apparently there's a serious situation going on. Apparently there's a situation with a taxi. I'm a taxi driver. I know all the secret taxi driver shit. And I know that when a taxi driver's in need, other taxi drivers will help them, even if we're rival companies. We look out for each other. It's the taxi driver code. Alright. Moshi Moshi, who's on the phone? Out of the way, lady. Damn, dude. Yep. Everybody in my chat should buy a gun. The crime statistics are too high. I feel safe now. I've never felt so safe. Hope I don't become a statistic. This guy. I mean, like I said, I fucking do MMA, so I'd be better off than the average person not having a gun. But like, if you're talking about a criminal, the criminal's probably gonna have like a knife or who knows what else to not have a fair fight because that's what criminals do. Criminals don't fight fair. But you know, I'd be more equipped without a weapon than most people, is what I'm saying. But if a fucking criminal had like a pointy stick, you know, I'd be pretty fucked. It's just kind of the way things work. And some people would be like, oh, well, you wouldn't have to have problem if you don't put yourself in that situation. But the problem is with that line of thinking is that they're not taking into account that usually you do not become a victim of something because you put yourself into a situation. Sometimes the situation just happens to you. That's why it's called a situation. No, I don't have a katana, but I have a couple of pocket knives. I do need to buy a sword, though. I have not bought a sword yet, but that's on my list of things I need to buy. That's true. Or maybe like a rock or something. I got this switchblade right here. I got this right. This is right here. This is what I use in like videos for my when I'm doing like trading card unboxings. I'll cut stuff with that. But I also have this fucking. I have a bayonet right here for my Mosin Nagant. I don't know why I keep this right here. I also use this for opening boxes for trading card videos on YouTube. So you know, I have at least this, which is basically just a giant screwdriver. But you know, you could do some damage with this. I mean, it was designed to you know, go in and cause a wound that is hard to heal up or to sew up and cause a lot of damage to somebody. But you know, I suggest everybody always keeps a bayonet within arm's reach. My Mosin Nagant and all those shit's locked up. So that way you can't get to it without risking your life of dying. My SKS has a bayonet on it too. Because the best knife is the one with a gun attached to it. I'm American, bitch. Ooh! Ooh! Get fucked up. Those guys are dead. Get up, you fat boy. Got a lot of level ups. The SKS I inherited when my dad passed away a couple of years ago. There was a one of those pre-ban, one of those pre-Clinton era assault rifle ban SKSs that still has the bayonet attached to it. The old Russian style SKS. You can still get them. I think that they're more of a they're not super expensive, but I think that they're possibly considered more of a collector's piece if you were trying to get an SKS. More so than like the Yugoslavian ones, or I think the Chinese made SKSs. That may or may not be the case. I don't know. I'm speaking out of my ass. I'm sure somebody who has a boner for guns, more so than I do, would correct me on that and be like, well, no, you're wrong. You know, being a gun guy though, I really hate other gun people because they're usually like really fat and dumb. And they think having a gun is like the end all solution to everything, even though they suck as a person. They got shitty opinions and they're a bitch and no one likes them. And they can't hit a target. And they smell bad. They got bald head. Block that shit, boy! Pop, pop, pop. Give me your legs, boy. That's what I'm talking about. I swear, the fighting in Yakuza never gets old. It's always fun. Out of my way, bitch. How cool would it be to live that close to a fucking Italian place? Get the fuck away from me. I'm trying to order spaghetti. This actually counts as a home invasion because I'm right next to my apartment, my place of dwelling, so I can legally use lethal force here because I was jumped outside of my house. Fuck! Give me that. Oh. Who's alive? Oh, I escaped. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know where the last guy was at. Look at this, though. I'd be so stoked if I lived this close to a fucking place that sold pizza and spaghetti and lasagna. This all looks pretty good. I wish I could get some of that. Lasagna al forno. Yeah. This is my legal dwelling. I have the right to defend my legal dwelling. To the death. Speaking of home invasion, I've been invaded by a beautiful woman.
今日は夕方までのシフトだったからね。
お前も自分の生活があるだろう。俺のことはほっといてくれて。
I think that in Yakuza 5, there's like this love story where this chick is like desperately in love with Kiryu, but Kiryu's like dumb and doesn't understand why a chick would be hanging out with him all the time. And he's like, well, no, I don't really think much about her. I guess she's kind of cool. You know, she's always like coming over. No, I don't think it's his wife. I think it's just some girl who's like obsessed with him, but like he's too dumb to realize that she wants to be with him, kind of thing.
だっておかしいじゃない。急にそんなこと言うなんて。
別におかしくはない。
This is just a pretty girl that's always hanging out at his
むしろ
house.
恋人同士でもないのに。
I don't think he ever gets
半同
married.
棲みたいにしている今の方が不思議だろう。
だったら恋人同士になればいいんじゃない？
There, yep, I see. I was right. I nailed it.
すまない。
This girl's desperately in love with him, but he's like, no, I really don't like want to be in a relationship right now. I'm working on myself. I'm on my Sigma male grind set. I'm driving a taxi now. You know, I'm doing karate in a fucking construction site.
家族はいないの？
You know, I got this Hatsune Miku figure that I want, the claw machine. You know, I just really don't think I'm at a point right now to be with a woman.
そういう話今までしなかったからな。
I don't think that he's playing dumb. I think that he's just being dumb.
もうずっと前のことよ。
He just really doesn't understand why this chick would want to hang out with him all the time and make him breakfast and shit.
さあ、この話はこれぐらいにしてご飯にしようか。
Like she's trying very hard to like push it into a relationship thing. Like she's like, hey, let's get some dinner. Let's fucking hang out. Let's fucking become a couple. Let's take that dick out and put it in my mouth. And Kiryu's is like, yeah, well, you know, I gotta go to work tomorrow, and I got, you know, I'm driving a taxi now. I'm doing karate in the construction site, and I gotta smoke my cigarettes. I mean, what kind of wife would she be? She's making fucking just onions for dinner.
Hi.
Like only a fucking onion. That's her whole. She put a whole onion into a pan, and that's dinner. I mean, maybe I can understand now why he doesn't want to be with her. Why'd you bring the bleeding guy to my house? You interrupted my delicious onion dinner.
いや、鈴木さん。
お前らどうしてここに？
事情は後で説明します。
The police girl.
それより兄貴。
You think she's you think she's
森永の兄貴の
police?
治療をさせてもらえませんか。
I don't know what happened to that police girl from Kiwami too. I think that she died or she just went away.
鈴木さんに。
Kiryu moved
迷惑かけ
to
るなって。
what Okinawa, so he just left her, I guess.
しっかりしてください。
Or she got blown up in Millennium Tower or some shit like that. I don't know what happened. There was supposed to be some. He had like 2 love interests. He had the one in like the first game where like he saved Haruka and stuff, and Nishiki like blew up the place or some shit. And there's a whole. I don't know what the fuck. He keeps on getting pretty women, and they just disappear the next day, and he's acting like an incel, like he's never had a relationship before. Some people would fucking stab somebody in the neck with a butter knife in public to have a girl that would show up to their house randomly and cook onions for him. And he's over here acting like, I don't really want an onion girl. Which, I mean, I get it. I don't really want an onion girl either. But as far as onion girls go, that one's probably not that bad. You know, some girls are into shit like horses.
じゃあどうして今まで家に来なかったんだ？
森永の兄貴の配慮です。
Sorry, I can't be in a relationship with you because my friend just showed up with a bleeding guy. Now I gotta go underneath the bridge and talk to him next to this homeless camp. I like how he's rocking the hoodie with no shirt underneath. That's how he decided to go out in public.
それで何があったんだ？あの傷からしてただの喧嘩ってわけでもなさそうだが。
山笠組の跳ねっ返りにいきなり襲われたん
Got
です。
cracked in the head with a pipe or a bat or something.
堂島会長と山笠組の斑目組長の会合以来、町じゃ山笠組の連中が登場会を襲う事件が頻発してまして、もう10人近い組員がその餌食に。
どうしてそんなことが？杯の話は問題なく進んでいると。
That's basically what he was doing.
それはあくまで上の話。山笠組の下っ端連中は
I don't care that you showed up to make me dinner. I don't eat them.
そうか。でもどうして俺の家に登場会の連中に
She's like some hot lady that like grew up on like an onion farm.
そんなことはできません。
That's all she knows is onions.
俺らは会長のご栄役です。会長が行方不明になっ
I
た。
don't even like onions.
その責任は全部森永の兄貴です。仮に会長が見つかったとしても、け
Onions?
じめは取らされるでしょう。
I don't like them.
ましてやそんな状況
I don't like them raw, but if you do like a caramelized onion on something, I'll totally eat it. I don't care. As long as the onion's cooked, I'm pretty good with it. But I don't like raw onion on anything. I think that's fucking nasty. I can't do
起
that.
きちまったことは仕方がないだろ
I don't fuck with
仕
that.
方ないなんて理屈。青山組長には絶対に通用しません。
I'm not gonna say I like onions, but like if you get like a grilled onion or like a caramelized onion and like a Philly cheesesteak or something, I'll eat it. But like a raw onion on like a hamburger, I don't fuck with that. I can't do a raw onion. It's gotta be like a cooked or caramelized onion or something.
青山組長のその厳しさがあるからこそ、今登場会は一枚岩と慣れているのも事実です。
It's also got to be like an onion. It has to be like I think it has to be like an additional flavor. Because I feel like if I bite into a raw onion, the onion flavor is too overpowering and then everything tastes like fucking onion. I can't fuck with that. And I think that's why Kiryu will not date this woman because he does not like onions. That was a big ass onion she was putting 2 halves in it. It's like that scene from Goodfellas. He's like, don't put too many onions in the sauce. He's like, what do you mean I ain't put too much onions in the sauce? Fucking just put 2 onions in there. There's too many onions. Fucking jackass. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. I'm not that picky of an eater. If I had the choice to like say not have certain things, like I don't want to eat shrimp. Like I don't want to eat shrimps, and I don't want to eat peppers. Peppers are probably the only thing I'm going to eat around. I'm definitely going to eat around peppers. I do not fuck with peppers in any capacity. But for the most part, I will eat damn near everything. I'm not very big on seafood, but I like fish. That like I'm more of a because I fish I love fishing. I like to catch fish and clean them and cook them and eat them more so than I like to eat fish that's like store-bought or at a restaurant. But it's not that I don't like eating fish. Because I can't really say that I don't like seafood because I like sushi and some other stuff. It's just I don't like shrimp. I really don't fuck with eating shrimp. Why is this bitch going through pockets? Shouldn't she be cooking an onion? I think she's a fucking informant.
Mayumi.
No, I like freshwater fish. Like, you know, bluegill and crappie and stuff like that. I fuck with that. I like perch. It's really good. All that ocean fish got a lot of mercury stuff in it. If you eat too much of it. I grew up as a little fucking redneck though, if it's not apparent. So I will eat fish out of a lake. Now that being said, I'll eat fish out of a lake, but like I'm not gonna eat. There's like people that are like, you know, eat fucking fish out of like a city river. I'm not doing that shit. See people that'll pull like a fucking bottom feeder catfish or some shit out of like fucking, you know, the Ohio River or some shit, and then they're gonna eat that. No, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck off. Those people are fucking nuts if they do that. Some people do that though. I'm not gonna fucking do that. I'm talking like catching trout out of a clean river. I'm gonna eat that. There's lots of good water sources around where I'm at where I can go catch crappie and bass and, you know, good eating fish out of a clean, you know, lake. I think with seafood, the only reason why I say I don't like seafood is because I've had too many like situations where the seafood just didn't taste good, I think. But I realistically can't say that because I like tuna and I do like a nice fried fish because everybody loves fried fish. Everybody fry anything, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like shrimp because shrimp is little bugs. I don't want to eat little bugs. Shrimp is like eating cockroaches. You know what eating shrimp is like? Eating shrimp is like eating house centipedes. That's what I think. I can't get that out of my head. They're like the same thing. A house centipede and shrimp are like the same fucking thing. They're like in the same fucking like tree of arthropods. I ain't fucking with that. Would you eat a house centipede? I don't think you would. Shrimp is a bug. I'll eat crab. Crab is the closest bug thing that I'm going to eat. The thing is, like, I say I don't want to eat shrimp, but I've eaten shrimp before. And I didn't mind the taste or the flavor or anything of shrimp. It's just a mental thing, I think, for me. I think that's the only reason why I won't eat shrimp. It's just a weird mental thing. But I'm saying that, but like I will eat shrimp if I absolutely have to. Like if it's a survival situation and I was on an island and there was nothing on that island but shrimp, I'm eating shrimp. I don't give a fuck. I'll eat anything in a survival situation. I'll eat fucking crickets. Don't give a fuck. I'll eat anything once, I should say. I'm willing to try new things. Unless that new thing has shrimp in it. I don't want to eat no shrimp. Maybe I should quit being such a bitch and eat some shrimp. No, that's exactly that's what the shrimp wants me to do. That's what Big Shrimp wants me to do. They want me to justify eating shrimp. I'm not eating shrimp. Fuck that.
お気づきでしたか。
He's a spy.
それじゃ。
This pretty girl that keeps coming to my house is a fucking spy. It's getting pretty late. Maybe I should go to sleep. His bed looks so fucking sad. That is such like a fucking like college kid's fucking dormitory looking sad place to sleep. He has no posters or anything on the fucking wall. No wonder he's depressed. Look at the way he lives. Fucking train bed. He's like a fucking military cot. Like, which put one poster up, dude. You don't even have so much as like a calendar with boobies and bikinis on it. Like, dude, your house sucks. You're so lucky that you have a fucking girl who cooks you an onion when you live like this. This fucking tissue box and this fucking thing with the little flowers on it is as close as you have to any decoration in this house. This is my item box. I think this is my item box. He doesn't have any hobbies. He's a grown-ass man with no hobbies. His hobbies consist of ignoring beautiful woman that comes to his house. I got a new neighbor. I don't want to meet them. Pretend I'm not home. Sweet. Alright, well, we ignored. So, I bet the moment I fucking... let me look through the little eye hole. Because I bet the moment I open up the door, this person's a fucking freak and they've been waiting for me to leave. Look at it. The only decoration I have is this fucking picture. I don't even look at it. I fucking throw it face down so I don't have to see it. God damn, dude. Your house sucks, Kiryu. I think it might. Look at this guy across the street. He's got diarrhea. Oh wait, this guy wants to talk to me with his diarrhea. I'll bring that bubble gut over here, dude. I ain't trying to smell that mess.
Yeah.
He does have bubble gut. I was joking about that. He actually does got bubble guts. He wants to fucking poop in my house. What the fuck? What do you mean what's bubble guts? Diarrhea, dude. Sudden onset of having to take a number 2. Shoot him. This is now qualified as a home invasion. Coming to my house and claiming you have bubble guts, you're going down. I'll agree with that. That's what you do in a situation. You shoot the guy. I was honestly joking about the whole fucking bubble gut situation. I'm surprised they actually put the bubble guts in the game. It took them 5 games to acknowledge the bubble gut stance, and now they're actually using it because that's the same stance that all characters have when they get finished getting beat up. Man in Black. He said that word I hate. Eddie Murphy's here. This guy keeps finding me though. Whoa ho ho, he says.
Ah,
This is the guy that's gonna he's gonna make me take pictures and stuff to get inspired, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm Suzuki, I'm not Kiryu. Yeah, this guy gotta calm down. Yeah. Boop 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 ba-doop doop boop 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 ba-doop boop 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 ba-doop ba-doop doo doo. Wasn't that the song from Beverly Hills Cop? Or was that something else? Boop boop ba-doop ba-doop boop 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 ba-doop ba-doop boop 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 ba-doop boop ba-doop boop 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 boop. And then yeah, that was Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, that's right. I remember that fucking song. Peter Griffin sang it. All I gotta do is drive this guy. Globetrotting Bumblebee. Who wrote this? He listens to sad music when he drives too, dude. Did you ever toot your own horn in public? He's crying. He does look like he's crying. His eyes are all puffy like he's about to fucking, like, just unleash years of trauma on this guy. Like he got like the wet eye thing going on, right? That would be so awkward to take a taxi there. The taxi driver listens to fucking depressing music and cries the whole time while he's driving you somewhere. Just silently sobbing to himself the whole ride. And you have to sit there and deal with it. Are you going to give him 5 stars? I wouldn't. What are they talking about? About getting inspired? Can we just get cut to the part where we take pictures of funny stuff? Yay, let's go out. You're gonna take him out for a drink? That's nice of you. I'd tell him to quit being such a sad cunt and do something cool with your life. It's not driving a taxi like a little bitch. That'll make him feel better about himself. I'll let him know he wasted his life driving a taxi. He should have been doing something cool like army man, fireman, accountant. Something bitches respect, you know? Gonna have a revelation. I don't gotta read all that mess. Toll booth operator. That would be cool, but in my state, they actually don't operate the toll booths anymore. You just have to drive through and they take a picture of your license plate and then you keep going. So, that's born too late to be a toll booth operator. You'll never be able to enjoy that kind of life ever again. Not with all the fast passes and shit. Although there was this one place I went to in West Virginia, there was this tiny ass little fucking podunk town that had a fucking shitty ass bridge that had a toll on it. Had some jackass old man that wanted like 18 cents or something stupid and arbitrary to fucking pass the thing, and I didn't have it, and they wouldn't let me cross the bridge. And like a real life bridge troll still exists in Virginia. In case you were wondering. That species is not completely dead. I had to like go somewhere. I had to like turn around on the bridge because they wouldn't let me go. And I had to like find some place in this fucking middle of nowhere piece of shit fucking city, town, village place in West Virginia. They had an ATM, get $20 out of the ATM and show back up at the fucking bridge to give this guy fucking like 20 cents out of $20. No, they didn't have a fucking, no, there was no, it was fucking West, it's fucking West Virginia. In the middle of fucking nowhere. Of course they don't have a fucking credit card reader. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm kidding. It was literally some amount of money that was so stupid and minuscule. It's like, are you really just stopping me from taking the one fucking bridge across this river to get the fuck out of this piece of shit town because I don't have fucking 20 cents or something on me? It was so fucking dumb. It was so dumb. It wasn't like, oh, 15 bucks, $5, $1. It was something under, like, it was like something like under 75 cents they wanted me to fucking pay. Like, you have to be fucking shitting me. Just let me go across the fucking bridge. It is the only fucking bridge that goes across the fucking river here for fucking miles. And you were fucking forcing me to pay fucking 20 some cents or some shit to go over it. Fuck off. So I came back and I gave the guy a fucking 20. And they let me across the bridge. And I'm actually surprised I didn't fucking die going across that bridge. It was so dumb. Because I was doing some, I forget what the thing was. I had to do, it was when I was back in the day when no, that's what I was just saying. I said that earlier. He was a fucking real life bridge troll. They fucking exist and they're in West Virginia. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what would have happened. I don't think I would have gone to jail for that. I'm pretty sure the troll would have killed me or taken my firstborn son if I went across the bridge without paying a toll. I don't think I would have fucking got out of there with my life crossing the bridge in front of that old man. Who's this fat guy? Get in the car, we're riding. This guy's doing some shady shit. Either way, it was like I was going to some casino. I had some gig I had to fucking set up in like a casino in West Virginia, which is like in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was fucking wild that this bridge existed, I'm telling you. Dude, it's not my fault. It was a fucking red light. I'm not breaking the law so you can fucking tail some idiot. I didn't lose it on purpose. It was a fucking red light, dude. I'm a licensed taxi driver. I want to lose my fucking taxi driver job just because you want to fucking chase down some jackass. Yeah, fuck you, you little fat bitch. Maybe you fucking use those legs and walk after the car. Like you fucking ran away. Who's this fat guy? Why are so many fat people approaching me? Can't you all just walk? They're all fat guys coming at me from all angles, left and right, all trying to fucking take a ride in my car. I get my car is sweet, but come on, get your own car. Oh, that guy was a stalker, so I actually did the right thing by not tailing. But I didn't lose you on purpose. I was going to follow you, but there was a red light, so it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
The girl's safe, though. This guy's bragging about all the chicks he picks up. What a fat dickhead. You know, I pick up a lot of chicks, too. I got a girl back home that cooks me onions. So, I don't care how many chicks your fat ass picked up. Hey, it's the Bubble Gut Boy. He's back. How'd that ass rocket go? You take that care of? Oh, he took care of it. We're good. His pipes are all clean now. So long, jackass. Tell me something important. Okay. Hey. I gotta go to the bathroom. Speaking of bubble gut. I gotta take a wicked yes. So, let's do a quick break time, Habibi. And we'll be right back. Everybody go take a yes real quick. And we'll be good. Yeah, I can go take a cold shower because you got any sick of my mind. I don't... Sick of my fucking male grind set, cold showers, whatever. I gotta go take a break. So, we'll be back in a minute here. I hit the wrong button. That wasn't the break button. That was the end button. I didn't want to hit the end button. I went the break button.